Welcome to the Krista Escamilla Show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Krista Escamilla Show. We're so glad you're here to do three of my favorite things: listen, learn, and grow. And if you love golf, are you in for a treat today? We're going to talk a lot of golf today. I can't wait to introduce you to our guest today. We're also going to talk a lot of faith today, which is very important to Marcus's story. So I cannot wait to introduce him. But first, I want to share my sentiments and my thankfulness and my gratitude towards our sponsors. Thank you so much for sponsoring our show. Without you, we would not be able to share the great stories of amazing West Texans. And so thank you to, first of all, Rig ID Workwear, to Omni Midland Hotel, to Thin FR, also to the Laughlin Hotel, Preserve at Midland, and joincapclub.com and Midland Cap Company. We want to thank all of those local businesses. So support local wherever you're at, or support those local businesses. We appreciate you. Okay, now to introduce our amazing guest. We want to start with the first title, which I always think is the best: husband and father. He's also a man of faith, Christian man, and he is the Central Region Director for College Golf Fellowship. Please welcome to our show, Marcus Jones. Marcus, thanks for being with us today.
Happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
I can't wait to hear your story. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I feel like I've known you for many years.
It's been a while.
But I've never heard your whole story.
When was Austin a freshman at Rice? Because I think that's when I met you guys.
I think so. So 2018 is when he went,
Almost a decade.
Oh, man, that makes me feel old.
And it's my fault. So they've asked me plenty of times, and finally we worked it out where we could squeeze it in.
Yes.
Not that I'm super busy, but I'm glad it finally worked out where I could be a part.
You're a busy guy. Well, thank you. Thanks. So let's start at the beginning. I mean, of course, we are focusing on golf today, but really, I just want to know, how you got to Texas. Tell us your story. Tell us how, golf, all the things.
Okay. All the things is a lot.
Yes.
A big word. But even back to just husband and father real quick. Mm-hmm. Wife Robin, married almost 25 years in April, coming up. Awesome. I've got two boys. One is in college at Cedarville University. He's 21. And a high school senior who is headed to play college golf at Colorado Christian University next fall. So you may not even know that. So
I didn't even know that.
I know, so
Congratulations.
He's really excited.
That's awesome. Such a nice young man. Avery's played with Alex, our youngest, in a lot of tournaments. So I'm so happy for him. That's great.
But back to kind of your theme, I consider myself a West Texas boy. I was born in Big Spring, not very far from here.
Right up the road.
Right down the road. My parents were coaches and teachers, and so I was until age 5, I lived in Big Spring. Mm-hmm. And then my dad took a job, mom and dad, coaches and teachers in Graham, Texas.
Okay.
And so I grew up in Graham, which
Where's
is maybe right on the edge of West Texas. We're about an hour and a half west of Fort Worth, near Possum Kingdom Lake.
Yes.
A lot of folks from Midland, Odessa have places at Possum Kingdom. It's a beautiful spot.
It is beautiful. PK, for those
PK, that's right, PK.
We hear a lot about PK.
Little town of 10,000 people, and so I grew up there. And my dad he fell in love with golf in college, never played before that. Became the best golfer of the high school football coaches, which is
bragging rights.
Well, you end up being the golf coach because nobody else wanted to do it back in the day. It wasn't so cool. So he became the golf coach in Graham. And so really, once football season was over, we were at the golf course till after dark every day. And my dad was an amazing man. He was kind of a master strategist. He loved to win, which is, I had the same gene.
Yes.
And so,
that competitive spirit.
I played at all the other sports, until it was probably my freshman year. And then I just kind of narrowed it down to basketball and golf, which kind of went well together.
Yeah.
Eventually,
off season, right?
Yeah. Eventually realized I wasn't going to be John Stockton or, in the NBA. And I like to win, but I was kind of had this gift of golf. And he and I just, in our little small town, worked hard to figure it out. And somehow, crazily enough, became good enough to pretty much pick the school I went to. So I was the top ranked junior in my class in 1993. There was one kid a year younger that was ranked ahead of me. His name was Tiger something.
Tiger something?
I think he did all right. But no. He used to beat me like crazy. I mean, it was so frustrating. I was like, what is up with this kid?
But it was
but
you
I feel
and Tiger.
Better. I feel better now.
Yeah. I think your life has worked out great for you, Marcus.
Well, for me, and he's pretty good.
Yes. Well, that's crazy though. I don't even know all the stories. So you were a high-ranked junior golfer.
Yes.
You and Tiger. Did you travel the country? Because you were from, Graham, Texas.
With parents as school teachers, we did vacations over the Thanksgiving break, and I would play in AJGA. It was really I started playing more national tournaments when I was a sophomore in high school. And my parents really sacrificed a lot. I mean, it was a vacation for my golf. My poor sister got drug around. Well, she ended up playing college golf at Texas Tech. So, I mean, she liked it as well and was good. But, yeah, over the summers I would play. But, you know, some kids would travel with their parent and their swing coach and everyone else. And a lot of times I would travel there by myself on a flight and stay in private housing and play the tournament and come home, you know. And but they really did whatever it took to help me kind of reach my dreams and goals. And so, and I was just one of those weird kids with a glitch that just really wanted to win. And so thanks to my dad and those opportunities, I got really good.
That's awesome. Where'd you go to college?
I went to the University of Texas.
Okay. Oh, you went to a big one. Yeah, that's a big school there, one, Marcus. Yeah.
No, I mean, there was a lot of cool opportunities. I could have gone and probably played with Tiger. And I remember, I mean, this is kind of a sad story, but someone goes, "You're going to meet a girl from California, you're going to get married, and you're going to stay out there the rest of your life." And being from West Texas, I was like, no. Not sure I want to do that. You know, so I was like, all right, I got to stay closer to home. And at that time, the coach at University of Texas, Coach Clayton, everybody on the team was from the state of Texas. And kind of the mantra was, let's take the best players in the state and try to beat everybody in the world. And I was like, I'm in.
Okay.
Even though Austin was big and the campus was downtown and different than Graham, I was like, I want to be a part of that. So Justin Leonard was on the team.
Oh, wow.
Harrison Frazier, who played forever on tour and is on the Champions Tour now.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of other great players that, you know, didn't ever really make it as big as those guys, but it was fun.
That's incredible. What was your favorite time from that time of your life?
Oh, my goodness. Favorites are always hard. But
yeah, they are.
I mean, the team was great. Like, there was just such great camaraderie. I mean, time's different now with your cell phones, but how many hours of, you know, cards did we play and just hang out and telling stories? And so those friendships are still important to me today, and I love a lot of those guys. But it was just great to be a part of a team like that. And we were spoiled. It's not quite like today, but I felt spoiled coming from Graham, getting to play Austin Country Club and Barton Creek and all these amazing places. I was like, this is the greatest time of my life. I loved it.
That's awesome.
And although I didn't really love school, but it wasn't hard for me. So I just kind of, in my mind, I wasn't going to grad school. I wanted to play on tour, so I just make my 3-point. I didn't spend the extra 5 to 10 hours a week like your son did to make straight A's. Maybe your girls too. I know Austin was pretty smart and got after it. So, you know, I just enjoyed that time and worked on my golf game, and it was priceless.
That's awesome. Well, I love that. So you've got a lot of advice you can share here today. I mean, I don't even know where to begin on the questions. I want to get into CGF, but I want to also focus on, you know, junior golfers and college golfers, because you are around them and you know it's a tough sport. There's highs, there's lows, there's good days, there's bad days, there's birdies, there's bogeys. What advice do you give to a college golfer that is listening today, or a junior golfer that's listening?
Yeah, don't be like I was. My whole identity and all my joy and stuff was wrapped up in the circumstance of how well I played that day, and it was a wild roller coaster. And now, because I was so good, I had probably more highs than lows than most kids. But it was in college when some guys really from College Golf Fellowship and FCA kind of were helping me just kind of process life, and they're like, at some point this is going to be taken away from you. You get hurt, you get old, something, and if you're basing all your hope, all your joy, all your significance on a golf score and being able to beat people, like, that may not go well for you in the long run.
Yeah.
And so, some advice, the advice that we pass along as someone with College Golf Fellowship is like, hey, be careful. Like, you're a lot more than your golf score. That shouldn't be your identity. And if it is, it's going to be a really bumpy ride.
Right. And that's the beauty of College Golf Fellowship. Let's tell us what it is. And you've been, you told me you didn't create it, but you've been it from a long, long time.
Right. And it's short history. It was really kind of started around 1980. We put 1980 on there. Some tour players and wise businessmen understood that college golfers were a little bit of an isolated people group, as you know, having several yourself.
Yes.
They travel on the weekends. They're off campus till after dark a lot. It's hard to be involved in campus ministry or local church. And so they decided to put on dinners at college tournaments and provide some events where college golfers could hear the good news about Jesus and even grow in their faith. Or if they're curious, come and ask questions in a safe spot. And so that started in the early 1980s. I played in the mid-90s, and really it was freshman, sophomore year of college where I started to figure out, like, what do I believe and why do I believe it? My mom drug me to church. I had a great church, First Baptist Church Graham,
Mm-hmm.
and loved it. But my life was really, looking back, was really focused just on winning, and being successful. Like my dad, who was not a believer at the time, became one later.
Okay.
And so they helped me kind of go through that process. And now I get the joy or the honor, the privilege of doing that for other young men. And it's not just me. It's when I started so there was 3, 4, 5 staff guys from, let's say 1985 to 2005,
Mm-hmm.
20 years. When I started in 2007, they were looking to expand because those old guys, the Rick Massengale, Mark Perry, Brad Payne, Stephen Bunn, Steve Burdick, they've done such a great job that coaches and players wanted staff guys in their area.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, hey, we see something in you. We feel like God's prepared you for this. Just pray about it. And so it was in February of 2007 where I had stopped playing pro golf and said, you know what, I kind of see what God's been doing in my life, and I think I want to try this full time. And it's been an awesome 19 years. Not easy, but it's been so fun to be able to walk with young men and coaches and help them kind of understand what they believe and why they believe it.
Well, and you have a great testimony because you've been in their spot, and
Yes.
that's not and not everyone probably has that. That is maybe that has this opportunity to work with these young men, and really connect with them on that level, because you can golf with them, you can joke around with them, you can have lunch with them, you can share fellowship with them, but you also have been in their shoes and know the struggles that they face. And I think that's a big key thing that a lot of people just don't realize, that and this is all young people, right? They go through different stages of their faith.
Yes.
And then being a competitor, you're not only competing against other people, you're competing against your friends, right?
Yes, yeah.
So
Which is a different dynamic.
it is. And so how does that translate your experience with these younger generations?
Yeah, well, yes, most of our staff guys are not just good golfers who are believers, but just to clarify, some it's not just like, hey, you play golf and you go to church, come work for us.
Right.
All of our staff guys are really well trained, feel called into ministry, but I would say 80% of us did play college golf and kind of understand that arena really well, which opens doors a lot quicker.
Yeah.
If I was Kenyan and we're going back to Kenya to do ministry, the doors would be open immediately. If I went now, it would work, but it would take maybe 2, 3, 5 years. So it helps because we kind of understand, like you said, the arena. We understand what they're going through, and it just leads to quicker, deeper conversations, which is great.
Yeah,
And it's just a privilege to be able to do that. Most coaches, again, the old guys did a great job. The coaches seem to trust us. And, like even right now, we got 2 guys hanging out with the Midland College team, 2 of our younger guys. And I'm here
Yes.
doing the podcast, and then we'll go see UT Permian Basin. We're going up to Lubbock tomorrow to see Lubbock Christian and Texas Tech and Wayland Baptist. So we do team visits, we do tournament visits, and then we host summer retreats, over the summer, winter break. And between all that, it keeps us pretty busy.
I bet. And it does, when he goes and visits them, I want to say this is just part of it, right? But the other part is while these young men are in school, you'll have one of your guys that's in that region will reach out, hey, check in on them, go to lunch with them, see how they're doing. And that is a gift I did not know was even available, right? I didn't even know it was until I heard our son, Al,
That's right.
not doing this alone, our son, when he told us about CGF, I thought that is such a blessing that I did not even know we needed in our life.
We definitely work as a team,
Yeah.
and so let's just say the staff guy in Arizona is going, hey, I see there's 5 schools from Texas that are going to be here. Let us know, like, are there any coaches or players that would really want to come to Bible study? It's going to be at 7:30 on Tuesday night here. Let them know. And so we definitely work as a team to help encourage these guys as they kind of travel and do this crazy thing of competitive golf.
That's fantastic. So you'll hold Bible studies during tournaments or just whenever you're in town.
Yes.
And reach out to the young men.
Yeah, locally there's weekly Bible studies we do with teams. If I lived here in Midland, I would do a weekly study with the 3 teams here in the area, like I do in Dallas. But we do try to provide Bible studies at tournaments we visit. Yeah, and then there's a lot of counseling, individual counseling, disciplship, or plugging them in with mentors and different people. So Alex Klaus is now here in town. He played at Abilene Christian. He wants to get involved with some teams, try to host a weekly Bible study. And he's more like he's not on staff with us, but as a former player, he wants to give back and spend time with the next generation. And he's got a heart to do that. So we're trying to help him get connected.
That's fantastic. So he'll do it here on a local level.
That's what we're hoping, yeah.
I love that. And I think and he's a great young man. I know Alex for many years and have walked with his parents in tournaments. And he has a heart for
Yes.
exactly what you're saying, for young men, because he has, once again, he's been there. He's been in the shoes. What do you want parents to know about CGF and the connection that you have with their young men?
I would what I tell the young man or parents is like the wisdom we're sharing with these young men is not like Marcus Jones did college golf and he's older now and knows how to do life. Like every single thing that we hope to share with the young men and even parents and coaches is from the scriptures, biblically based. And so if I step outside of that at all, please call me out. That's not what we want. We just want to share with them what God said about them, about life, and about how to find, fulfillment and who God's called them to be. And so that's really our hope is one, hear the good news, accept it, and walk with him, but just completely biblically, scripturally based. And our staff is really well trained to do that. We're not just kind of rogue guys running around to golf courses talking about Jesus. Right. So it's a great staff, which we're up to I think there's 32 of us now, which is crazy. Wow. When I started, there was 5, almost 20 years ago.
Wow. All across the country.
Yes. And I didn't make it clear earlier, but we've been blessed to be asked to come and lead the PGA Tour Bible Study and the Korn Ferry Tour Bible Study, America's Tour Bible Study. But it is all men. I know you had 2 girls that played college golf.
Yes, I know. The whole time I was like, I wish there was CGF for women.
Well, and there kind of is. It's not under our umbrella. But now Amy, it used to be Sands, so Greg Sands, the men's golf coach at Texas Tech, his little sister who played golf at Texas and TCU is doing women's golf fellowship. And so it's separated a little bit from the LPG Tour Bible Study lady, Chris Stevens, but Amy's trying to grow the women's side of it. So we're going to meet tomorrow with UT Permian Basin, the women's team, and we'll hand them over to Amy because they need an awesome woman to guide and encourage and disciple them, not me.
They do. And I'm so happy to hear that, Marcus. Yes. I don't have to say today, how come this isn't for women?
That's right. No.
And our daughter, our youngest daughter, we used to call her like everything had to be equal with Allie. She'd be like, okay, if they got 5 Christmas presents, the other one should get 5. She was like equal girl. She wants equality everywhere. And so she'd asked me, well, do they have CGF for women? Yeah. I'm happy to hear that there is something that is similar because that is fantastic because it's not just it's not just the guys that struggle. It's the young ladies that struggle
for
too.
Sure, 1,000%. And so for years we've handed off all those relationships as best we can to Chris Stevens and her team. Okay. And Amy's the newest one on that team that has kind of been given the reins a little more to grow it and hire some people and do more. But yeah, it's CGF is 30 staff people and they have 2 on the women's side. So it's certainly
let's help grow it.
Not equal, but we equally love them, support them, encourage them. We've done as much as we can. We helped them host retreats. We paid for it. We want to see that ministry succeed.
I love that. I love that. Well, we have a lot more to talk about, including Scotty Scheffler. Going to throw that name out there because there's a great testimony story with Scotty Scheffler, and I can't wait for you to share that. But first, Marcus, I'm not sure if you've watched the show before, but we're going to mix these up. You're going to pick out of the magic bowl.
Oh no!
This is a quote of the day. I'm a big quote girl.
Really?
I'm all about motivation, and so hopefully we can motivate someone. The honest card.
Oh, I get to read it?
Yes, you get to read it and tell us what it says.
The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Mr. Steve Jobs.
I love that. What does that quote mean to you?
The only way to do great work is to love what you do. What does it mean? I'm thankful I do, and I'm not sure how it is at work. I think of do I love everything of what I do? I know there's a lot of stuff that's difficult when you're walking with people through real life stuff. And just even the paperwork and all, the administration stuff.
Right. Everybody has some part of their job they don't enjoy the most.
But I think what he's saying, and I think is true, is when you do really feel called to something and love being a part of it, you just give more. You give more effort, you give more time, you give more heart, you give more prayer. And so when you really love what you're working on,
couldn't agree more. Yeah, I love that. Do you have a favorite quote that you kind of live by, or it can be scripture, Bible verse that you live by? That
if I was gonna, usually when I've been asked kind of a Bible verse, it comes back to 1 Timothy 4:7 and 8, and it says, if I can get it right, is for physical training has some value, but godliness has value for all things, both the present life and the life to come. And so, most of my young life, now I'm much older, but I worked hard for, in physical training. I understood what that meant. But I think as you accept the grace that God's offered you in Jesus, for salvation, there's also a work that kind of comes into the training of your spiritual life. And there should, to walk with God faithfully and successfully, you got to know him, and you got to know what he said, and you start to trust and live out the way he's designed life for you. And that's where it gets sweet. And so, for a little bit of my life, I just kind of put on the helmet of salvation and ran around and didn't really work out my salvation and really walk with God and get to be a part of what he was doing on earth. I just kind of, had fire insurance in my mind. And that's really not the way we're supposed to live.
Yeah, I like how you stated that. Yeah, because, and that's just part of, your walk before you know Jesus and your walk after, right?
Yes. Yep.
And I think that part of growing and learning and knowing where you're going.
Yes.
So love that you shared that with us. Thank you. Let's talk about Scotty Scheffler. Guy, you may have heard of him if you're in the golf world. Even if you're not in the golf world, you probably heard of him. And you have teamed up with him over the past few years. But he also is a fellow UT
yes.
graduate. So
I first saw Scotty when he was 13, and I had qualified. I still like to play some competitive golf. I played out here at the West Texas A&M. Even the State A&M was in Midland Country Club. Mm-hmm. But I met him at Royal Oaks. His home course hosted the State A&M. Scotty was 13. I qualified to play. I didn't play with him, but I got beat by 8 by a 13-year-old. He made the cut.
That can be humbling.
He made the cut. I didn't. And everybody's like, you got to watch this kid. And I'd watch him. I was like, maybe he got lucky. It's his home course.
Right.
Turns out he was maybe pretty special player. And, yeah, it was done quite well. And then I got to spend more time with him. We didn't have staff guys in Austin at that time, and so I would go down to Austin since it was kind of my home school. The coaches invited me there all the time. And
they welcome you in.
Yeah, I got to know Scotty, spend time with him, play golf with him, and we had a lot of similarities. He played high school basketball all the way through like I did, so we hit it off there, and then we're top-ranked juniors coming out, and so we had a lot in common. And he at that time was, golf was everything to him. And so I started asking him the same questions that others asked me, and he started wrestling with who he was, why he's here, why does he play, why does he care so much. And we hear some of that played out even at the British Open this year. He's kind of sharing his heart and the journey God's had him on. But
that was a great sound, but when he did that, but his faith, I mean, he is not shy to talk about at all, and I love that. And he now is pouring into the kids with a tournament that y'all host in North Texas. I mean, that is an amazing partnership with what you do for the golfers, the junior golfers in Texas.
Yeah, he's gone from, again, like me and most kids, kind of begging him, dragging him to come to retreats, to at the end of college wanting to come to retreats, not just for basketball, but the spiritual growth that happened and what he was learning. We got to do his premarital counseling, not we, but our PGA Tour staff guy, Brad Payne, did the premarital with him and Meredith, and watch him grow and do his wedding. And he's become a faithful man of God, where like it's just who he is. He's talking about life. His faith is shared naturally, which has been fun to see. And I think it's been a blessing to him, because being that good, being number one in the world, is not easy. I prayed for him a lot more since he won that first Masters.
I bet.
And even if you remember the story, like when he was breaking down to his wife, and he shared this openly, how he was crying like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. It wasn't like, I don't know if I'm good enough to win the Masters. What he was really saying, and I think most people got it, was, I don't know if I'm ready for all that comes with being number one. Because he's a pretty simple guy. He just wants to kind of eat a burger, play some pickleball, have fun with his friends.
And he's good at pickleball.
And number one in the world does not let you do that,
That's true.
But having a solid growing faith, I think, has really been a blessing to him. Like, he's been able to have peace and even joy through some of the annoying things of being really good. Yeah,
I was going to say, he seems like a very well-grounded guy. I mean, when our son met him, he just said he's a great pickleball player. I mean, he played pickleball with the kids. I mean,
he's a good athlete.
Number one in the world, and he's out there, just pouring back into the youth, and isn't like feeling like he's better than everyone else. I love that about him. Like, you don't ever get that arrogance that you would think like, gosh, if I was number one in the world at golf, I might be a little like.
Well, let's just say God's done a good work in his life. But he's a very gifted athlete. So ping pong, basketball, pickleball, and he's highly competitive and very smart, and he loves to figure things out and win.
Yeah.
But there's been times where, and this, Scotty, I love you. I'm not picking on you, but like in college, he was so competitive, even at ping pong or golf. Like I was like, you, as the leader on the team, you need to build these guys up. Like you're just beating the dog out of them. Like you need them to have some confidence going into regionals and nationals if you're going to win it all. Like,
right.
like, you know, competitiveness is good, but not if you're killing your own team. And he didn't kill his own team. He had Doug Gim was a great player, but yeah. He's grown a ton where now when he competes, he has fun and there's just joy in it, and it's not everything to him. Yeah. But yeah, he's just, I think in basketball and stuff like that, you can see like athleticism really clearly and easily. Like LeBron, of course, he was born to play in the NBA. Golf, it's sometimes a little hard to see, but just you can see it now. Like he's been gifted to play this game. Right.
Well, and you said you're picking on him. I don't think Scotty's listening to our podcast, but if he is,
we'll
hi Scotty, thanks for listening. But I'm just grateful for, and not only Scotty Scheffler, but the other golfers that pour into the kids, because I know you have. I mean, there's several, right, that will do these retreats all over the country. Right. I just know the North Texas one more. But I think that is great that you have so many, not only Pro Tour players, but college players that want to give back. Because that, and I don't know, maybe it's a new thing, but I don't remember that being the way it was before. And so I love to see it. As a parent, I love to see it.
I do think that's grown, and I think that's because our staff guys have done a good job of sharing the hope of Christ with guys. They become believers. Some of them make it on tour, and those guys want to give back. And so it has grown a little bit, just with 30 guys instead of 5. Yeah. But Scotty is one who went to retreats and now wants to host one, and so is Webb Simpson and Ben Crane, and there'd be others, the Cootie Boys, and all sorts of folks that want to start giving back now. So it's fun. It's kind of hard to plan it all. Yeah. And you mentioned it earlier, and I brushed over it, but you talked about the junior. One new thing we're doing is not just the retreats that are free for college guys or coaches to come through. Is we've done a couple of junior tournaments now to try to get to know the families and young kids that are headed to play college golf. Okay. And so Webb Simpson actually started it in North Carolina called the Webb Simpson Challenge. Mm-hmm. And it combines a little bit of a camp and a golf tournament, but ideally you're trying to meet kids that are headed to play college golf before they get there. And so we've seen that. We talked to Scotty about it, and he wanted to do the same thing in Dallas. And so we now have the Scotty Scheffler Junior Golf Challenge. And that's been a huge success. We just finished the third year. The amount of great players was insane, like incredibly strong field. Now, we don't put our rankings on JGS, and some of you guys don't care what that means anyway. Yeah, but in some ways,
like, what's that?
For us, the strategy is they relax. They're not upset. They're not frustrated that this may help or hurt they can relax, enjoy the deal. And the week is a lot more than just, hey, playing great golf. We have team leaders, college players that come in and volunteer, and every 5 kids has a team leader that helps them with kind of process everything that happens off the golf course and on it. And they get to know them and keep up with them afterwards. And so there's like 40 just team leaders that come and volunteer, plus our staff. And it's at Stonebriar, the Fazio course.
Well, I have to tell you, y'all are succeeding at that, because our son says it's his favorite tournament of the year. I mean, and I hear that by a lot of the kids. A lot, when we're up there, they absolutely love it for those reasons. For the fellowship, they get to have a roommate. They're staying there in the hotel together. They're not having to be with their parents in a hotel room like they normally are when they're traveling. Like they just get to have fun, but yet compete, yet hear the word, so there's so many wonderful things. So I'm grateful that y'all are doing that for the junior golfers.
And it's helping us, because normally when we go into schools and you meet freshmen or sophomore, they don't even know that we exist, because we don't do a bunch of advertising or whatever. So this has got the word out in junior golf with the Instagram account, etc., where now at least our brand is recognized and people have some good feelings about what we're providing for the kids. And so
that's awesome.
So it's working.
Have to ask, what's your lowest round ever, Marcus?
Shot 10 under. 10 under is my low round.
Wow. And where was it?
Well, it's been more than once, but I did it at my home course.
Where were they?
My home course at Grand Country Club, I shot 10 under. A little 9-hole course called Star Hollow, which I love. It's the number 1 9-hole course in the state. That the Leonard family, who built Colonial Shady Oaks, they have their own private 9-hole. But my best one that was kind of in competition was during college. We had a Massengale qualifier, which was 8 rounds to start off the spring semester.
Okay.
And so one of those rounds at Barton Creek Lake I shot 10 under with only 13 clubs because as a goofy sophomore in college, I left my sand wedge at home. I'd been chipping around the deal. And so all I had was a lob wedge. I only had 13 clubs, and then I shoot my low round. Golf's such a ridiculous game. I mean,
that's crazy.
Of course, when I don't even have my full arsenal, I shoot better.
Right.
Who would have known?
What does that even feel like? What does 10 under feel like? Like if I just get a birdie, and this is when I'm scrambling in a scramble, I'm like so excited. Like that was the best feeling. Like what does 10 under feel like?
Good question. It feels great. But the weird thing about golf is 99% of the time you leave the golf course, and even when I've shot 10 under, you're like, gosh, it could have been a little bit better. Every single time. And so you never really leave fully satisfied, whether you shoot 7 under on a hard day or 3 under on a crazy hard day or 10 under, or you win a tournament or not. Yeah. You're always just, and again, that's just how God designed us. We're never going to truly be satisfied in competition, the game of golf, a person, a girl. Like golf is a great game, but it's a horrible God.
Yeah.
And so, yes, it's cool. You reached a goal. People talk about it, but you're never quite like satisfied.
So how do you teach people to feel good about that? Like to feel good after a round? Because, as a mom, I'm always like, oh my gosh, you did so good. That was great. And then the response back isn't always, no, Mom, you can just tell by a look like that wasn't great. And I'm thinking, man, I thought it was awesome. But how do you teach young people to be proud of themselves in those moments and be satisfied?
First of all, it's way harder as a mom and dad watching than it is actually playing.
Yeah, you get to do it.
I had 2 boys, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need a cigarette. I just like something. You
don't even smoke. You're like, I need a cigarette.
No, I don't even smoke. But I'm like, this is tough.
It is.
And you can see disaster coming, and you want to celebrate, and even when they don't feel satisfied either. So how do you do that? I just think the best parents, just in a healthy way, just continue to encourage their kids to work hard and enjoy kind of the process.
Yeah.
Try to see the bigger picture, and that's all you can do.
Yeah.
You can't really instill. I say I have a little glitch. Like the best players in the world have a little glitch where they just want it.
Right. That competitive nature.
You can't really make them love the game at the level it takes to be a high school golfer or college golfer, definitely a pro golfer. They've got to have a special little gift and so if you see that gift, what my parents did well is like, man, I think you're good at this. Do you want to do more? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you want to go here? Yeah. Did you have fun? Yeah. I mean, I got beat, but I want to try again and see if I can get better. Like I think maybe I could beat those guys. And so if you see a gift in your son or daughter and they really want more, then like just being able to sacrifice your own time and desires and even money to help make that happen. As far as it'll go, then great. And not everybody makes it to the PGA Tour, but
that's okay. That's not everyone's journey.
No, the experiences in high school or college golf are priceless as well.
I'm glad you said that because to me it is about the experience and the journey. What do you think are the most important lessons that are learned on a golf course?
Well, golf is a great arena for brokenness. Like it's very humbling game, and no one's exempt.
No.
And it's a metaphor for life. I mean, just bad things happen that you have no control over. There's elements, there's weather, and then your own mind is difficult to, control. And so just having to deal with adversity and not quit, is a very, very good thing. And then also learning how to be a gentleman or a lady in the midst of competition, which golf requires, is very important. So playing along other people that matter to God, that are important, and not just ignoring them or being rude, but like being respectful and kind, and even being able to shake their hand. Like I think Jack Nicklaus may be the best at that. Just hey, that was an awesome battle. Just you got me today. Congratulations. And really kind of being able to get to a place where you can really even you didn't win, but be truly happy for the battle that it was, and and the person that won.
Right.
And so you don't learn that in one round.
No, I mean, or 100. I mean, it could take.
Some of us takes longer than others.
But it is. You're right. It is beautiful when you see someone that is good at that. Mm-hmm. That is good at just and I love being around college golf for a long time now, mm-hmm. since 2018. So a long time. I have seen both. I've seen the ups and downs, and I've seen the competitors that are really good at that. And I love seeing and it's not even. It's just an appreciation, I guess, out there of a good round. Like, I love seeing guys afterwards go up and say, hey, man, great round. Yeah. Opposed to the ones that are like have thrown a fit because they had a double bogey or whatever and just walk off. Yeah. Like, I love seeing that good gentleman competitive nature, or the, hey, great shot. Just like telling their competitor, great shot.
And love that. That's how you become a great friend, but a great teammate. You talk mm-hmm. about like I think life is rigged. It's a team sport.
Yeah.
And really you can get better at a team if you will be a good friend, if you'll embrace that. And if you can get a group of guys, when I've seen the best teams out there, they love one another, they compete fiercely, mm-hmm. competitively. But at the end of the day, like if you beat me and you shoot 500 and I shoot 4, like, great round. That's awesome. You're making me better. I'm going to get you tomorrow, but like genuinely, like, thanks for being here and pushing me.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see that. But ultimately, the church is the ultimate team sport, right? That God's called us to have a common goal, work towards that goal as a team, pray for, encourage, and share victories, but also mourn with those who mourn. And so, I think some people think golf's an individual sport. I'm not sure I want to play college golf and be a part of a team. They're just getting in the way. But I think that's a lie. Like, in reality, all of us go longer, fight harder, enjoy it more when we have a team. And in fact, on tour, what do they look forward to the most? Ryder Cup, President's Cup.
Right. You hear them say it every time.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's their chance to feel like a part of a team.
Absolutely.
They have their own individual teams, because you'll hear them say that all the time. They always thank their team, right?
Yes.
But that is an individual team. And so.
Yeah, I think high school kids don't maybe quite realize that it's a team effort on the tour. When Scotty wins, he has an unbelievable family, wife, swing coach, fitness guy, caddy. It's a team sport.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because I don't think enough high schoolers understand that.
Yes.
How would you explain to them to maybe start embracing a team around them when they're younger, so that as they get older, it's not as foreign?
Yeah, just hopefully you have great coaches and great parents help you do that. Yeah. Have friends. But if you are a high school player, a young golfer that just kind of likes to be at the golf course by yourself and play and do your own thing, I do think you're missing out a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so, if you go out, just a simple deal, if you go out and make a hole-in-one by yourself and there's no one to celebrate with, then it's kind of like, hey, like,
high five.
You come home, maybe you tell your parents I did it. But if you got a team and a family that truly loves you and you make a hole-in-one, it's a great experience.
Yeah.
But absolutely. There's also going to be really tough times in golf. I don't care who you are. Yeah. No one's exempt, and you're going to need some people to love you and encourage you and even carry you as you struggle, because
absolutely
every golfer that's ever played has had a tough season.
Yeah, you don't win all the time. You lose more than you win.
Absolutely.
In golf. So as you mentioned hole-in-one, how many hole-in-ones have you had?
I think I just got to double digits if you count it.
What?
Do you count par 3 course hole-in-ones?
I do. I would.
So I used to, in my pride, I was like, I only count them if they're over 100 yards at a par 3 course. That's what I used to say. But at Blue Jack, about a month ago, I made one from 47 yards. So I think I'm going to count it, and that gets me to 10.
Oh, that's awesome. I'd count it.
I think I'm counting it.
Yeah.
It's more like a chip in, but I think I might count it.
Congratulations. That is awesome.
That's fun. I've hit a lot of golf shots. So
oh, my goodness.
I'm not sure 10.
That must be an incredible feeling. I don't know the feeling. No, it's
you have
not.
A hole-in-one? Oh, Al
he does. Al, and this is a fun fact. The girls are not happy for me to share right now, but all of the boys in our family have all gotten a hole-in-one. All of the girls, we have not.
No way.
None of us. And I say this like I play all the time. I
play
play once a year, but so I should not be.
That could be a problem.
But the girls, they play a lot, and they're
good.
so good, and they've gotten so close so many times, but have not yet. But I am optimistic. I think this is so. Here's a fun fact about me. I record almost every par 3 because I believe it's going to be a hole-in-one. That is like the eternal optimist in me, because I'm like, I'm going to get this one on, because I missed all the boys.
You want it on camera.
Yeah, and I want it on camera. I just think it'd be fun to have.
Hey,
but
Marcus was there when Alex hit a hole-in-one.
oh, you were.
Where?
PGA Junior League.
I was there. You're right.
Yes.
I remember that.
It
The
was
kids were young. How old were
they
they?
were little.
10?
9. I think Alex was 9, and he hit a little wedge. It was a little P wedge, little P wedge, about 92 yards.
Oh, it was the talk of the whole course. The kids were all going crazy.
And he needed it to win the flag, because in PGA Junior League, all of you junior golf moms and dads know,
true.
to win the flag, you have to get it's a series of 3. The other group, they stuck it to like here, so they were going to make a birdie putt, right?
It was over.
It was over. I mean, if he didn't get the hole-in-one, they would have lost the flag.
What a legend.
Gets the hole-in-one, and there you go. The rest is history.
We did not record that.
We did not record it.
Oh, no.
I was talking. That one, I feel so bad because I was recording it, everyone that day except for that one. But I tend to talk a lot on the golf course to the parents. I love the fellowship on the course with the other moms and dads.
My mom and my wife's the same way. They love it.
So I was
Good
talking,
times.
but that's okay. I'm going to get the next one. Next one's coming. Okay, favorite. Oh, I have so many other questions. I know Al wanted to ask you about Harvey Pennick. You met Harvey Pennick.
Yeah.
What?
Well, just in a fun, simple story. I got blessed to meet him after the state golf tournament in Austin my senior year of high school. So I'd already committed to go to the University of Texas. I'm at his house. He's 90-something, so he's not out on the range anymore, but he's still sharp. Like, he didn't miss a word.
Yeah.
But his body just wasn't working very well anymore.
Gotcha.
So he shakes my hand. He wants to see my grip and, just talks about different things. And then eventually he goes, "Where'd you get your hat?" First of all, I'm wearing a hat in his house. Not great. But
Take the hat off in the house.
And I had a new, Texas hat. Had Texas on the front, Longhorn on the back. And I go, "Yeah, I'm coming to Texas. I'm excited. They got this hat, blah, blah, blah." He goes, "You need to get a new hat." I was like, okay, what happened? Is it misspelled? What I do? I like take it off, look at it.
What's wrong with this
He
one?
goes, "Those aren't our colors." And it was a solid black hat with burnt orange lettering. And he's old school.
Old
He's
school.
like,
He wanted
he
white
goes,
and
"Our
orange."
colors are white and burnt orange. They're not black. You need a new." And he was serious. I haven't worn a black Texas hat since. It's not our colors, so I wear burnt orange and white, or white and burnt orange hats.
Right.
That's it. So
That's great.
Harvey taught me that.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
And I've met...
And he was as sweet as he could be, but he was also serious. He's like, he didn't like the new trend of like different colors for your team.
Right. That's funny. Because he was old school.
He was-
And that's
that's not all wrong
Did he go
either.
to Texas too? Maybe?
No.
No. Well, I know his granddaughter.
Well,
I've met his daughter.
They were in Austin a long time. He was the He was the head teaching pro at Austin Country Club.
Okay.
So he taught Tom Kite and Ben Crenshaw and Little Red Book.
Little Red Book. That's
Priceless
how I
stuff.
know him in our house.
I love Harvey Pennick. I mean, I don't know how you don't, but
Yeah. What
he was a
great
pretty
story.
simple man. A few words. I mean, there's some incredible stories about him. And
Yeah.
if you don't know about Harvey Pennick, because it was a long time ago, go get his Little Red Book. There's a Little Green Book too, but it is priceless stuff.
Yes.
And he really understood, like, he was a true old school performance coach. It was much more than just golf swing
Right.
back then. It was how do we get guys to, and ladies, he taught a lot of ladies to just maximize their potential and play better. And he was a genius at it.
I love it. We're sitting here today in Midland, Texas with Marcus Jones. He is the Central Region Director for College Golf Fellowship. We know it as CGF. You will see a logo CGF. By the way, we do the hats. For a lot of them, there's one somewhere around here we can show you if you're watching. But CGF is such a gift in golf. And so I'm grateful we're getting to have this conversation today, Marcus. We now do question of the day.
No.
He's like, not
Not
again. What do you mean there's another bowl? That's right. Okay, let's see
deep
what...
breath. Middle of the fun.
You got the fun
I
card,
think I can do
Marcus.
this.
Yay.
What is something on your bucket list that might surprise people?
Ooh, good question.
Surprise people bucket list. Golly. How long do I have to think about this?
I don't know, 2 seconds? No kidding.
I know. You think it's first thing. Almost everything has to do with golf.
And that's okay.
Okay,
I
so-
respect that.
I mean, this is truly I don't know why it didn't pop in my mind right away, but I would love to take my boys on a golf trip to Scotland. So I went for the first time 3 years ago. Golf in Scotland, it's old, the courses, but, whatever. I just kind of poo-pooed it. It was awesome.
Really?
It was so awesome. So I would love to take my younger boys over there before life gets crazy for them and they have kids and stuff.
Aww.
So I've had bucket list deal is I'd love to take, Davis and Avery, go to
love
Scotland, play golf for a week, and enjoy kind of that history and unique part of the game. So
I love that. Well, I pray that for you. I hope that
Thank
happens,
you.
and I know it will. It's going to happen. That's awesome. Let's talk about favorite things, because I cannot have you on the podcast not ask you who your favorite foursome would be that you would go play.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's just, I feel like it's just something you have to ask.
Yeah.
Who would you go play golf with?
Man, I had a good one the other day and I forgot it because I'm old. I'm old now.
I'm right there with you,
It was
Marcus.
so good.
The memory, just, I can't even tell you what I ate for breakfast.
Yeah, and this is cliche, but my dad and I had a wonderful relationship. He passed away a year and a half ago.
I'm sorry.
Had Parkinson's. If I could have him back at 40 years old, we kind of had a unique relationship, maybe like Justin Thomas and his dad, or Cam Young and his dad were. It wasn't always, ice cream and peaches or whatever,
Right.
but I would love to play one more round of him, like kind of back when he was in his prime, and just
Yeah.
we had so much fun. That's pretty normal.
Love
I
that.
think I said I would love to play with Michael Jordan.
That'd be
Maybe
fun.
not surprise to some, but just to sit there, and then even who else would I throw in there? Does it have to be alive?
No, this is just your.
Of course, as a believer, you'd say Jesus. Who wouldn't want that? But
Right.
we'll say it's a fivesome.
Okay, you got it. He's always with us, right?
I think
he's going to be there anyway.
I think the old school golfer that I would love to have spent a ton of time with was Byron Nelson.
Oh, yeah.
Who's got some West Texas roots.
Yes,
Loved Byron.
sure does.
Would love to know more about him, kind of at a personal level.
Yeah.
Just here. He was such a cool, amazing gentleman
Yes.
and an incredible player. So
Heard he was a great
let's
guy.
go with those.
Okay, I love it.
My
Good.
dad, Byron, Michael Jordan, and because I just love basketball, and then
Yes.
of course throw Jesus in as the fifth.
And I want to get back to Jordan. So everyone hold on. We're going to do favorite things, and we're going to get back to Michael Jordan. I know that sounds weird,
That's
but
totally
we're going to
fine.
get back to Michael Jordan. So favorite golf course you've played?
I still love Pebble the best.
Yeah.
Some people don't, but just the scenery, the athleticism it takes. There's just a lot of difficult lies, small
Yeah.
greens, the history.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. And I've been blessed to play a lot of cool places, but I love big tournament courses. Southern Hills in Tulsa, I just love Oakmont, like these monster championship courses. Of course, I probably would love Augusta, but I've never played it. But
You
I
haven't
love
played
Pebble.
Augusta?
No.
Okay, if someone is listening and
Al's
can
gonna
get
take me.
Marcus at Augusta, Al, if anyone can connect someone, it's
No.
Al. Al has connections everywhere. I feel like he knows everyone. Find someone to take Marcus to Augusta.
It'll be fine. I've been pretty spoiled. But,
Yeah, you have played some really cool
but
courses.
yes, Pebble's just so beautiful. It's
Yeah.
so unique. It just seems perfectly placed. Love it.
Favorite book?
Favorite book? The Bible's the obvious answer. It's been a huge blessing to my life. Old and New Testament, front to back. Went to seminary, kind of kicking and screaming. Not really, but when I left college wasn't hard to me, but I was just like, I'm done with school. I'm never reading another book. Because no more tests. Praise God.
Right.
I'm out. And so one of the greatest evidences in my life that he changed my heart was he just gave me a desire to understand the scriptures and be able to share it with others at a deep level. And so I went back and did 65 hours at Dallas Theological Seminary
Wow.
and fell even more in love with my Bible. It's just been such a wonderful guide for truth in my life. And so I love it.
Love that.
More recently, there's a book called Living Life Backwards, if you want.
Okay.
Highlighting or looking into the book of Ecclesiastes has been really sweet. So check that out if you
Okay.
haven't.
Yeah, that sounds
Living
good.
Life Backwards.
Favorite podcast?
You
You don't have to say the Krista Escamilla Show, but you can if you want. I'm kidding.
right now it's the Bible Caddy podcast. So
Okay.
our staff guy William Kane has his good buddy he grew up with, Webb Simpson,
Uh-huh.
U.S. Open champion, Ryder Cup captain, and Ben Crane. And so those three do a podcast once a week. They kind of give the ins and outs of what's going on the different tours because they're still playing for the first 10 minutes, some golf banter, and then they just do a wonderful job of doing a Bible study on the back end.
Oh, I love
And
that.
so if you haven't seen the Bible Caddy podcast, which College Golf Fellowship has played a huge part in getting it started, and
Yeah.
getting it rolling, like it's been a blessing to me. I think it'll be a blessing to you.
That's fantastic. I'm going to have to take a listen. Favorite restaurant in West Texas?
West Texas. Allsips?
Denton.
Or
When you say
or
Allsips
Denton.
burritos? No, I was just no, I don't.
Or all
I mean-
of Texas.
I mean, I have to give a shout out, and it may be true. Like I hadn't thought about it much, but Murray's here in Midland. It's unreal.
There
I
you
love
go.
the Dufford family. Who
Yes. He was a
We're-
college golfer himself.
Neil played in Nebraska. I've known their family a long time, and so yeah, we're going there tonight.
I love
So,
it. You're going to Murray's again?
Yeah, twice in one day.
Twice.
Told you
That's
I love
how
it.
much he loves it. I love
Yeah.
that. That's great. Great shout out. Okay, favorite fun fact about you we would not know by reading your bio. I feel like like we learned today that you played with Tiger, but what other fun fact?
I mean, I'm pretty simple guy. I love sports growing up, kind of a gym rat, but like I love to fish, bass fish mainly, but I'm only really good kind of in a small ponds on golf courses. My dad and I, when it was not blowing outside, we had a little 2-man bass boat. You'd throw it in the back of the truck with a trolling motor. And so anytime it wasn't windy, we'd go to some small pond at ranches around there and fish all the time. I love it. It's so
That's
much
awesome.
fun. But if you put me on a big lake,
Yeah.
and I've got to try to find the fish and be
Not so
unique.
much.
Yeah, I'm not that good, but I'm decent at small pond fishing and love it.
Awesome. Well, if you're ever in Glen Rose, Texas, it's playing Squaw Valley, correct?
They've
Squaw
got some
Valley.
good bass there.
Well, I don't know what they are, but Alex, when he was watching his siblings every year at like state, he would just drop a line there on hole
What?
10 going to 11.
Yeah, the little pond on the par 3.
Yes, he would just drop a line in there. He got some fish.
Alex can catch anything.
He can catch some fish.
There you go.
So yeah,
I know
I love that you're a fellow fisherman. You and Alex have that, but he's only done golf course fishing too. The one time we also did Big Sky. One time, yeah, Big Sky, Montana. Okay, favorite hype song. You're walking into an event. What is playing in Marcus Jones' ears?
Oh man, it's just been different over the years. But yeah, I used to. I really would listen to music all the time. Maybe back in my basketball days, I got used to it. Just
Yeah.
kind of even. But before golf tournaments, I would listen to music. My old one was, what was that? I'm so bad with music. A Phil Collins song, like.
I can feel it coming in
Yeah.
there tonight.
And so I would start off with some
Love that song.
songs with more energy, and that was the last one I would listen to before a basketball game or a golf tournament, just to kind of just find a rhythm and
Tony
whatnot.
Dungy.
That's awesome. I was just going to say, wasn't that what Tony Dungy would play before the Super Bowl? He played it. I don't know the year. I am not that girl. I do not know all my stats. I just know Tony Dungy played it to his team before the Super Bowl.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's a great song.
I'm
hype
so,
song.
I'm so bad with music. I'm the guy that buys the greatest hits album after it's 20 years
Yeah,
after everybody else
yeah.
knew it was cool. So I'm not a great.
That's all right. There's nothing wrong with the
Yeah.
greatest hits CD, or I just dated myself, or album. I was going to say album. I moved it to CD, but
Well, there
yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Favorite. Okay, I think we're. I want to circle back because I mentioned Michael Jordan. Because you mentioned him earlier, and you're a big basketball fan. I heard an interview recently, and it was actually Tiger and Jordan Spieth were interviewing each other. It was just on this last weekend, and I loved the conversation because they were talking about when Tiger was going through what he had. Nobody had really gone through what he had done other than Michael Jordan and Derek Jeter.
Yep.
Derek Jeter. And so
You just mean superstardom?
superstardom,
yeah.
right? The rise to fame, being the best in their field at that time. And so what I got from that though was the mentorship. Back then we didn't have phones. You couldn't pick up the cell phone. They would actually fly and watch a Chicago Bulls game and then meet afterwards. And I don't know what they did afterwards, but that's beside the point. They mentored each other because they were going through something no one else had gone through. I feel like mentorship is so important to golfers. I just want you to speak on how you feel the importance of having mentors is for the young people, for them to find somebody. And really, it speaks to what CGF is doing in our communities.
It's priceless to have older people around.
Yeah, it really is.
Sometimes they're the same age and they're just further along in whatever genre you're in for business or sports or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But really, you young people don't it's priceless. But you're probably going to have to go ask for it. You're going to say,
Yes.
hey, this is something I want. I think in college golf, it's kind of funny, or even pro golf, if you gave them a list of 50 things they wanted in college and you put kind of spiritual mentor on there, it'd probably be 49 or 50.
Probably.
But when you experience a person who genuinely loves you and has some knowledge and truth, and they're willing to spend time and share it with you, it's really priceless. And so no matter what level you're at, that could be the sixth guy trying to break his way into the lineup, or number 12 guy struggling on his game, or a young pro trying to figure out mini tour golf, or someone who's dating a girl and not sure if this is going to lead to marriage.
Yeah.
It is priceless to have a mentor. And biblically speaking, mentorship or seeking out someone older to help guide you in life is just what you're called to do. Yeah, and trust them and listen to them. They just because they're a few steps ahead of you.
Yeah. And just ask. I mean, like
Yeah.
you said, you have to just go and ask. And I've very rarely heard anybody say, "Oh, I asked them to be my mentor," and they said no.
Yeah, that doesn't happen much.
Doesn't happen often. And so I love that. I just wanted to speak to that because I think it's so important to have mentors in your life and have people that have walked it before that you can learn from. Whether you take their advice or not, right? You're going to, because everyone has to do it in their own ways. Al, do you have any other questions? No? Okay, before we wrap this up, and I have loved this conversation. This has been so much fun getting to know you better, Marcus, and really
thank
just
you.
your heart for what you do shines through in all you do. And so I feel like you are right where God wants you to be. You are
Thank you.
so gifted at what you do, and I've seen you with the boys, and I've seen you out there having chipping contests with them or putting contests, and I love your encouragement, and I love that you beat them sometimes. So it's fun to see.
It's a win-win. If we lose, we take them to lunch. If we win, they buy us lunch. Just gives more time with the kiddos. But yeah, it's been a blessing in my life to be able to kind of pass on the experiences that God's given me and the wisdom He's given me to the next generation. And so it's so fun when there's kids that are hungry or hurting that want some help. So thank you for encouraging me in that.
Yeah.
And I'm old, 51. Most of our staff guys, if you don't know, are younger. They're 25 to 40. But as a regional director, my job is to really encourage them, help them to be great, understand the culture, not make the mistakes I did. We kissed a lot of frogs as we're trying to figure out how to love people well and do ministry in this world. And so it's been fun to be able to pass that along to our young staff guys as well.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for what you do.
I think maybe kind of go over the teams he's been through on this route.
To go through, on this route, on the West Texas route? Yeah.
Just the last few
that'd
days.
be great. Yeah, let's
That's
shout
true,
them out.
because this is
West Texas podcast.
Yeah. So as on a team visit, it's a little bit wild, but we're in Abilene yesterday, hoping to see Hardin Simmons, McMurray, and Abilene Christian, invite them to lunch, share with them, especially the guys that don't travel. It's important to do team visits because you see those 6 through 12 guys that you don't see as much.
Yeah.
Let them know the opportunities we have that are out there. We get to share a testimony a lot of times, and even connect them with mentors or encourage them for a season.
Yeah.
So in Abilene, it was those three schools. We're here with Odessa College, Midland College, UT Permian Basin tomorrow morning.
That's awesome.
And then we'll go to Lubbock, and it's Wayland Baptist, Lubbock Christian, Texas Tech. And then Friday morning on the way home, we'll hit Western Texas and Snyder.
Oh, wow.
Spend time with Bronk Fleming there, who's awesome. And so,
Great.
yeah, then we're back home to our families, but that is something we do, try to work it out where they're all not traveling the same few days is rare. So we took advantage of it and try to see them all.
Well, thank you for doing that. Thank you for pouring into these, athletes that are here in our backyard. And we, of course, we cheer them all on. We are some of golf's biggest fans, and so the fact that you're pouring into them here locally, they're great kids. They are. We love to meet them out there. A lot of them are coming in from other countries. A lot of them are coming from other states, and then some are right here. And we love to see. We want them all to do well and to be happy and live their best life. So thank you for pouring into our West Texas golfers. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Is there anything in closing that we haven't talked about that you're like, oh, I really hope that I got to get this message out, or I really wanted to talk about this? We haven't done that yet.
Well, for those of you who are praying, we would love to have a West Texas full-time staff guy at some point. Probably located in Lubbock, maybe Midland, Abilene, whatever. And so that is something we're praying about. Part of my job is to identify those people, encourage them, equip them, help them build a team so they can do it a long time. And so this is one of those regions we'd love to have a full-time staff guest. So if you know of anyone that might be a good candidate, that God's really called them into ministry, but also has a golf background, then yeah, let us know.
That'd be great. Awesome. Well, hopefully we can connect someone. Hopefully someone's hearing this. We want to give your website out so people can get more information, because they also, believe it or not, take donations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So we want to encourage, if you love golf, you want to give back, you want to help someone that is really pouring into these children in such a positive way. Children, I just aged myself. They're young adults. Pour into these young adults. How can they do that?
So our website is collegegolffellowship.com. Mm-hmm. And on there you can find out some information on how to donate, etc. But just in general, each staff guy is required to build a team and find support. We're a 501c3 nonprofit ministry, Christian ministry. And, one of my jobs as regional director is to help them do that. But we also try to provide seed money for those. So some of you, when we introduce a new staff guy here one day, you'll get to meet them, know them, support them, encourage them, pray for them. That's awesome. But we also are raising money up front. And so we try to have an extra $100,000 in place as seed money for that new staff guy, so he can get started doing ministry right away. And over time, build his team up where by year 2 or 3, he's fully funded and on his own.
Great.
And so part of my job is to continue to do that. So if that excites you and you want to see that happen, then pray for us. And connect with me, Marcus Jones. mjones@collegegolffellowship.com is my email, or you can go to the website.
Fantastic. We will be praying for that, because I think that would be such a blessing for our community. So thank you. Appreciate you today.
Krista.
That was fun. Any other questions? Final thoughts? Okay, we are going to wrap things up. Please, we encourage you to support CGF. Great program. I have been a witness to it. It's amazing, and we hope that you can now, now that you're learn more about it, you can support any way that you can. Or if you know the guy that is perfect for this position, give Marcus a shout out. I also encourage you to share this with someone. Share this with a young person in your life that maybe needs to hear the good words that were shared today on the podcast, because it really is good to know you're not alone, because as he mentioned, it can be a lonely sport, but it doesn't have to be. And it shouldn't be. That's not the way God intended it to be. So thank you so much, Marcus. Thank you to our sponsors and our listeners. Without you, we're just talking. Nobody's listening. So thank you to our listeners. We appreciate you, and we encourage you to keep doing the good stuff that you're doing in your life. We are cheering for you.